Well, you've seen them on Better Call Saul. They were featured on the latest season of CNN's The History of Comedy. They have a stand-up special on Netflix and one on Stars. They are out on tour over the next several months, but they're here tonight. Please welcome the Sklar Brothers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is so good to be here in the Twin Cities.
Not just because we're twins.
No. We love it. I feel like we feel a kinship to this place. It's great because you can tell
Exactly which part of the metropolitan area someone's from by the way they answer the question, where are you from?
Yeah, it's great. If you ask someone where they're from and they're like Twin Cities, you're like, okay, St. Paul.
We got it. Yeah, we got it.
Just trying to glom onto that
You're like,
Minneapolis.
really? You don't want to say St. Paul?
No,
it's
Twin Cities.
It's part of one whole
part of the
large
whole
conglomerate.
collective.
Yeah,
It's basically the same city.
You had someone from Minneapolis. You're like, where are you from?
Minneapolis.
Oh, really? Just Minneapolis, not the Twin Cities at all?
No, just Minneapolis.
Actually, it's Edina, and I'd like you to stand back about 5 feet.
From my privilege.
You're in my privileged air.
Yeah. We're in a good mood. In a good mood. We recently got recognized in Tulsa.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Walking down the street, car sees us, guy recognizes us, drives up to us, rolls down the window, looks at the two of us, and is like, "Get out of here, Jews."
You know, it just feels good to be recognized for your work, is
Right?
what we're
Just
trying
like,
to say. Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a great job. This is an amazing traveling show. We travel around as comedians. We see the country in a way that most people don't get to see the country. Spoiler alert, people are mad.
People are upset. Yep.
One of the reasons they're mad is that I feel like good people can't afford to live in cool cities anymore.
Minneapolis getting expensive.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nothing like San Francisco.
San Francisco is ridiculous.
You have to make $120,000 a year just to be homeless in San Francisco.
That's right.
That is a fact.
Hashtag truth.
Hashtag blessed. Hashtag World Cup.
All right, so
Trying to get some likes on that joke.
Right. I just think San Francisco is cool. Even the touristy stuff in San Francisco is cooler than what anybody has in their city. Jay and I were out on the Fisherman's Wharf, and maybe it's because we were twins. We're out there on the wharf.
Which is the most touristy part?
Can't get more touristy than Fisherman's Wharf. Jay and I are out there, and we thought, what if there was a second Fisherman's Wharf?
Like an identical Fisherman's Wharf right next to the...
So two fishermen's...
Men's...
I think it's man's.
I think it's men's.
Man's wharfs.
Wharves.
Men's wharves?
No, it's men's wharves.
I really think it's man's wharves.
Nope, it's definitely...
You're pluralizing the men.
I think it's men's
fishermen's...
Well, it's not wharfs.
Okay, well,
it's
it might be.
definitely not wharfs.
You think it's fisherman's wharves?
I think it's fishermen's wharves.
Okay.
It is.
What if there were two separate fishermen's wharves, and standing on each of those fishermen's wharves were two dwarfs?
Dwarves.
Dwarves?
I think it is dwarves.
I think it's dwarfs.
I think it is dwarves.
Okay. Two dwarves standing on two separate fishermen's wharves. Both of them are wearing scarves.
Scarves.
That I know is scarves.
scarves.
I know is scarves.
I know it's scarves.
Okay.
It is scarves.
Two dwarves standing on two separate fishermen's wharves. Both of them are wearing scarves. What if at the exact same moment they're both attacked by wolves?
Wolves.
It
is wolves.
I think it's wolves.
Wolves is like a Jewish family.
Okay,
no,
I think it's
wolves.
Two dwarves standing on two separate fishermen's wharves, both of them wearing scarves, and in the exact same moment they both get attacked by wolves. Is that the new season of Game of Thrones?
It should be.
It should be, right? Spoiler alert, it is. Jay and I travel around. It's kind of hard. We have kids. Jay and I each have 2 kids.
Which, by the way, is too many kids.
It's too many kids.
Two is like socially irresponsible.
We
know that.
At this point. The only good thing about having 2 kids is if anybody has less than you and they complain about it at all, you can just rip them to shreds.
It's so fun, too.
Carte blanche. It is so cathartic. A friend of ours, comedian, was on stage. He He was doing a 15-minute set about how his one 17-month-old kid was ruining his life.
How hard it was to raise one.
How difficult his life had become
17-month-old
with
child.
one 17-month-old kid. Now, Jason and I were the most supportive comedians ever. Comedians come off stage, we're always like, I love that bit.
That's a great joke.
Here's a tag
I
for
just
that
tagged
joke.
his
I'm
tag.
tagging his
I'm
tag.
tagging jokes you
I'm
haven't
tagging
even
a
written
tag
yet.
he
It's
hasn't
a
even
tagging
tagged yet.
vortex.
Here's the headline, keep doing comedy.
That's what we tell people when they get off stage.
This guy got off stage after doing a 15-minute set about how his one 17-month-old kid was ruining his life. Jay and I were backstage. We were like,
You got to stop.
get out of comedy.
Get out of comedy.
Get out of comedy. What are you doing? Take a vow of silence, become a monk, just stop talking.
One 17-month-old kid? You're a parent like an optometrist is a doctor.
Barely.
Barely.
Barely. Barely. Barely. You're a doctor like Dr. Dre is a doctor.
Barely.
Barely.
One 70-month-old kid? That's like a dog that occasionally talks.
That's
what
what
a
you're working with at that
70-month-old is. And that's too much for you?
Then I love our friends that just have pets and can't handle that situation.
That's too much.
Too much for them. Hey, man, we're getting a drink after the show. You want to come with us?
Nah, I gotta get
let
my
the
dog
dog
out.
out.
That's
It's my baby.
that's my boy.
It's my baby.
It's like raising a child.
It's literally like raising a kid.
It is
It's
exactly
literally like
like
raising
raising
a
a child.
child. We're like, is it?
Because if you can tie it up while you go have brunch, it's not a kid.
not a kid.
All right?
If you can pay good money to watch it fight another one to the death,
It is not a kid. If it runs away and 3 weeks later you're like, let's just get another one and call it the same name, it is not a kid.
If at age 15 you're thinking about putting it to sleep, that actually is
That
a kid.
is a kid.
That's a
That is
teenager.
a horrible teenager who will not stop playing Fortnite. We're the Sklar Brothers. Thank you guys. You're
Thank-
amazing.
oh my-
You guys are the